Follow these simple steps. Begin by unlocking the unit. Then carefully lift up the cover and slide the cover out on its hinges. Once the hinge is disengaged, unplug the two main wire harnesses. Remove the nut that retains the green grounding wire from the backplate. Remove the grounding wire, then remove the back mounting plate from the cover. Once the back plate is removed, it should be securely mounted to a wall, a column, or a gooseneck pedestal using 4 screws or nuts and bolts. For our demonstration purposes, we have mounted the unit to a gooseneck pedestal using 4 1/4-inch carriage bolts, nuts, and lock washers. Almost all of the wiring of input and output devices is located on the mounting backplate. Removable terminal block connectors make wiring the EL25 simple and easy. Like all elite telephone entry systems, the EL25 comes with built-in surge suppression. This is accomplished with a combination of metal oxide varistors and gas discharge arrestors, which protect against surges and power spikes on both the incoming power line and the telephone line. However, in order for the surge suppression to be effective, the unit must be properly grounded. An earth ground must be located within a maximum of 12 feet of the unit and should be wired with a minimum of 12-gauge wire. Refer to local electrical codes for grounding recommendations. When wiring input and output devices, it is important to use the proper gauge of wire to ensure proper operation of the devices. Refer to the wiring gauge chart included in the installation manual. Terminals for 12-volt power, autocall, postal lock, and 4 auxiliary opening devices and door status devices are located on the left side of the backplate. Terminals for the telco and resident communication lines are located on the right side of the backplate. The 4 relay outputs are also located on the right side of the backplate. These outputs can be used to control maglocks and door strikes, door and gate operating devices, or CCTV cameras and recorders. These relays have both normally open and normally closed contacts, which allow shunting of an alarm system. The EL25 has 2 plug-in ports for the addition of optional modules. There are 2 optional modules, one an RF module for the use of passport radio transmitters, and the other a Wiegand module that can accept up to 2 26 or 30-bit Wiegand card readers or keypads. There are also 2 plug-in ports. The first is labeled J400, which is for an RF device 1 or Wiegand devices 1 and 2. The second port is labeled J407, which is for RF device 3 or Wiegand devices 3 and 4. Once the module board has been inserted into the proper port, it needs to be secured with the 4 screws provided with the module. Wiegand card readers and keypads require a 5-wire connection to the Wiegand module board. These connections are for common, LED, Data 1, Data 0, and either 5-volt or 12-volt power. Refer to the instructions supplied with your Wiegand device for more information. For the RF radio receiver module to function properly, the remote antenna kit must be used. The antenna extension coaxial cable should be screwed on to the F-type connector on the RF module. The cable should then be fed out of the unit through the conduit hole in the center of the backplate, and then out to the remote antenna mounting bracket. The antenna should then be screwed onto the other side of the mounting bracket. Avoid any metallic surface around the EL25 provides a variety of installation options. You can wire single or multiple EL25s to the telco line. You can also direct wire single or multiple EL25s with no telco line, or wire a dedicated telco line to single or multiple EL25s. Another available option is to wire single or multiple EL25s to an analog trunk input on an internal home phone system. Consult pages 6 through 10 in the installation manual for exact wiring directions. The EL25 operates with 12-volt AC or DC power. A 12-volt AC transformer is provided. It is highly recommended that a dedicated 10-amp minimum circuit breaker be provided for powering the EL25. This will prevent 2 potential problems. First, other equipment on the same power line could introduce spikes, noise, surges, or power dips. And second, the system's power will not be interrupted by a possible short in another piece of equipment on the same line. Review the wire chart in the installation manual for proper wire size and length. Once power is supplied to the unit, the on LED should be lit on the upper left side of the main board. The unit will also give off an audible tone. There are two LEDs on the bottom of the board that indicate a problem with the power supply. These LEDs are labeled high and low and indicate that the power supply is either too high or too low. If either LED is lit, press the power monitor reset button to the left of these LEDs. If the high and low LEDs do not go out, check the power connections, wiring, and transformer. For convenience, there is also a hard reboot button located on the lower right side of the main board. Programming the EL25 can be performed at the main keypad or by using the Versa XS software. All functions of the EL25 can be programmed using the main keypad. This can be accomplished using either the Quick Start Keypad Programming Guide or the Keypad Programming Manual. While complete keypad programming instructions are contained in both, the Keypad Programming Manual is more detailed. Programming the EL25 can also be performed using your computer and the Versa XS software provided with the unit. Connections to the unit can be made either by direct connect cable or by dialing into the unit's modem when it is connected to a telco line. The direct connect cable attaches to the serial port of your computer into the J301 connection inside the EL25. See the advanced programming guide provided with the unit for programming instructions.